Hi everyone, it's Roxanne at Pixie Bees and Me. Hope you're all having a good Friday. It's Flower Power Friday again. And today we're going to be making, here comes Bella. That's my dog. She thinks I'm talking to somebody. Go get Papa. Go get Papa. Sorry guys. Anyway, today is Flower Power Friday. And we're going to be making crepe paper or streamer flowers. So we're going to be making them out of crepe paper. This is probably dollar store or Party City. And yes, you know what's going to happen, right? We're going to have a party. We're going to be like, don't throw away the streamers. I need it. But everybody has leftovers from parties. And my friend Michelle was telling me, she messaged me and showed me an image of one on Pinterest. And she said, she was telling me that how cool would it be to be able to make flowers. This is the twisted crepe paper flower. And this is a more of a petaled one that I'll show you how to make. Here's a close-up. And she was saying, sorry, how cool would it be to be able to make flowers that match your party? So you have your party, you have your backdrop, you have your streamers, and everything's color coordinated. And then you do a page or a scrapbook or a photo frame or anything after the party, and you have the streamers that were in the party and the colors, and they would all match. I'm like, that's a great idea. I love it. And a couple of my viewers and subscribers here really like the idea of having a really flat flower for junk journals. So the twisted one is the same idea as the fabric, but now we're using the crepe paper, which you could even flatten more and more, and it just looks more vintage. And I've been experimenting with that. And this is sticky back, so you can peel it off and stick it right into your journal or on a card. And it's easy mailing. These don't have the bling in the middle, and they're even better. And then I was thinking, how cool would it be if we made some, and I didn't have any white, use white streamers and spray them and spritz them and ink them, and then roll them up into a flower. So that's what we're making today. Crepe paper flat flowers for your journals, and some more dimensional maybe for the front, and use these in the back. You can put vintage buttons in the middle. You can put whatever you want in the middle. So let's get started. I also want to reach out to you guys and tell you, let's start, I'll tell you while I'm cutting this. So we're going to start with a yard or so. You don't have to be exact. I just pull out about a length as long as my arm, which is about a yard. And for this flower, let me move these ones. This one we'll work on first. I folded about 2.5 inches and then just keep folding till I get to the end. See, accordion back and forth. Okay? Now, like I was saying, my next video coming up, going to be a big announcement. I am so honored that I have reached 600 subscribers. I remember when I started and I'm like 100, I was thrilled, but 600 subscribers. Thank you everybody for subscribing to my channel. And as a thank you, I'm going to be giving away a journal, and I'm going to announce that this week. So you guys get a heads up from watching my Flower Power Fridays. And don't forget, I'm also giving away a gift at the end of Flower Power Fridays for everybody that comments down below this video and all the other Flower Power videos. So if your name is under each one and you're a subscriber, then I'm going to put you in the random YouTube picker drawing thing. Or I'll throw all your names in a basket. I'm not sure yet. Whoever has commented on each video is going to be in the drawing to receive a gift. Okay? And it's going to be a nice gift. I think you guys will enjoy it. So after you've folded this back and forth, you're going to cut a basic petal shape. So it doesn't have to be perfect because, you know, in nature, nothing's perfect. Well, it's perfect, but, you know, it's beautiful. So we're going to cut like that. Okay? So you got that shape. And then I take about half, don't really matter, as long as you have about 4 on each side or more. And I cut these, just cut like a 1/4 of an inch off of there, because that will be your inner layer, so you want them a little shorter. Okay, and then you're going to need, I use this circle punch. I would say it's an inch circle. And what I do is I take this roll, you see me use it before in my videos. It's double stick tape. Now they make different brands. Su Quang is another one. This is Elizabeth Crafts. It's same tape, I think it just has Elizabeth's name on it. And I just fold it on itself. So basically I'm making my own, I use the right punch. I'm making my own double stick circle. Double-sided sticky circle. Surprised these punches still work. I don't even know how old that punch is. So now it's sticky on both sides. Okay. As a matter of fact, did I use that on that one? No, I used it on these. So we'll use that on our next flower. On this one, I actually used, because we're going to do this one first, I used just a paper punch, and I punched out a circle, which I have here. See, I can't remember what I did. Smaller circle, okay. So then I'll take my flowers, petals, the bigger ones first, easily. Just scrunch it up. You're making a petal. You can pinch them. You could do them all like that first. Or you can do them one by one. And what I do is I put hot glue here. And be careful, the hot glue is hot. Of course. How many of you have been burned by hot glue? Yeah, me too. Lots of times. I think we're starting to become immune the longer you do it. You're not afraid of the glue gun. But if you have a newbie, here's a little tip. My granddaughter loves to do any of the tools I'm using. She has no fear. So in the beginning, I kept cold water in ice cubes in a bowl next to her when she used a hot glue gun. It was a low melt, low temp glue gun. So it, you know, wasn't a hot glue gun at that point, but it still would burn her, especially when she's not used to it. So basically you're headed for the middle, and you just go around doing the pleats and gluing it down. You can't get much simpler, and this would be another project that would be really good for kids, I think. And then you take the smaller ones, and you could do 5 petals if you wanted, but you don't really need to cover each side, because this layer is going to go in the empty. You're going to stagger them. So you want to stagger your petals right here, and just fan it out a little bit, and keep on going. I hope you're all doing good. Hope you're staying cool. It's pretty warm here in California. Not as humid as you guys have it, but I have no AC because we usually, well, I would say we usually are hot, but we just don't have AC. But I open up everything in the morning and then close it before it gets hot, and then, you know, go from there. Hopefully it stays cool. And I live close to about 30 minutes from Monterey. So I could run over there if I got hot, but beach traffic's crazy when it gets hot around here. Everybody goes to the beach. So you can get there pretty easy, pretty fast. Getting home, another story. So as you can see, it's not that hard to make these. Glue it to the paper. Oopsie. Well, there was a fluke. I can fix it. Hot glue gun fixes everything, right? Oopsie. So we'll just glue it down. And since I can see it right there, I'm going to add another petal. Cover that up. Of course, if I was selling this, I would probably redo the whole thing. So, FYI, you might want to work on a mat. Now, this flower looks a little square to me, but once you start playing with it and fluffing it up like we did that one, you can decide if you want to put more layers and then a smaller gem in the middle, you can do that. If you think this is sticking out too far and just doesn't look like the right shape, we can cut it any which way you want, really. You just trim them up, get them looking the way you want. I kind of like that shape. I think it's different. So I'm not going to trim mine very much more. But I think I am going to use these last two petals and give myself a little more fluff in the middle there. The more you play with this, the more flat it gets. Or the more you play with it the other direction, you can fluff it right up. Sorry, I don't think I'm really showing you guys very well. I shut off my fan to be able to do this video so you guys couldn't hear it. And boy, I can feel the heat now. And you guys can play with the different colors, obviously. I would get white if I got this just for this project and then just spritz it with ink and watch it bleed and go to town. I think it would be really fun to play with that. If any of you play with that, let me know how it turns out. So we can fluff it up this way, or we can flatten it out if we like it more flat. You can pull on it. I think they'll hold up pretty well. I don't think they're super fragile. And then I have, this was a brad and I cut the backs off. And then I just glue it in the middle. You could glue some lace first, which would be really pretty. Now that I put the glue in, now I think of it. You could do like a little circle of lace underneath, some other layer. It would be really pretty if we had another layer or something. Maybe mix up your colors, use some white and pink and alternate. That'd be really pretty too. Okay, guys, let's see. Now let's work on the twisted one. This was actually really fun. My friend Jane was over this morning and she's picking some paper out. So I got a $4 grab bag at Michael's full of paper. So I took a piece of, while she was picking paper, took a piece of crepe paper and I just sat and talked to her and twisted it up. I feel like my mom's going to tell me, stop twisting your hair. Anybody out there twist their hair when they were younger? My son used to twist his hair and get his finger stuck in it when he was little. He'd twist his finger in his hair when he'd fall asleep. And then he would start crying because his finger would be stuck in his hair because he was like 2. And in the 80s, you know, the little boys had longer hair. So he was like 2 and 3 and he'd get his finger stuck in his hair. So this reminds me of him and my mom telling me not to twist my hair. So that's what I would do, and I'd end up with something like this. when I do a long piece. Then I would take that paper punch, and you can do any size. As you can see, I did a smaller one here and the bigger one here. And then I started gluing them onto this. As I twisted, I put hot glue. But if you do the method I was showing you a minute ago, you now have double stick. So you can take it and peel off one side, lay it down, and look at all the glue all over my fingernails. Ugh. Use a gem. I took this one out of the package so you wouldn't have to hear all the crinkly. Set it in the middle. After I made it, I really don't like the gem in the middle that much. But I think if I played with it, I might. That one's more of a flat gem. This one's more dimensional. See that? So, then I would just take this and start twisting around. It's very easy. And just keep twisting as you go. Sorry, I'm bumping the table, which is bumping the camera. Just want to make sure you guys can see okay. Ooh. Now this is trying to peel up. You see that? That's the glue. Just make it behave. This peels off pretty easy too. Not very coordinated with this. That's why I think I went to the hot glue after. I'm way more coordinated with hot glue. You could do it with regular glue too, I think. Be kind of messy, but see, it's pulling up on the sides there. Of course, because I'm on camera. Didn't do that the first time, but that's okay. We'll just keep going around. If that lifts like that, see that how it's lifting off? Just keep going until you get it covered, and then you can cut off the extra paper that's sticking out. You could glue it to itself if you run out of sticky parts. I'll show you an example. I think that's pretty much done, so I'll just go around and trim this off. It's very sticky. It's going to get all of my scissors, but I will cut that off. Excess, cut this off. Pull that up. Cut off that. Just every flower is going to be different in how I end up with what size, or if the glue's misbehaving like it was in that one, you know, peeling off the edge. And then what I like to do is I just take this and unstick the back and pull this under. And then put it back, so when I'm ready to use it, I have a little flower. And then all of these are just more flowers on smaller pieces of paper. And that I just kind of hand did it. Put a little dab of glue and twist it, a little dab of glue. And I have a little flower arrangement. I think they'd be lovely on a page. Then I was thinking, and I haven't tried it yet. What time are we at? Let's give it a shot. Should I do it on camera? Never tried it. Let's try it. Let's be brave. You never know till you try. It's just paper. Ow. And hot glue. So, let's see how it's going to be. I don't know, ladies. What am I supposed to do when I get to the top part? Just keep going. And then when we get up here, we could do, let's see. See how it's looking? We could do something like that. And then cut it. And then, all right. I think I should have started on one side. So this is just showing you could use different shapes and just make this as a texture on your background, because it really does flatten out really skinny. I would say that's a 1/16 maybe 1/8, I mean, of an inch. So really flatten out good in your journals. So remember my next video, here's your flowers for Flower Power Friday. I really like this crepe paper idea. Thank you, Michelle, for suggesting crepe paper. If you guys have any suggestions of a material or a medium you would like me to try to make a flower out of, comment down below. I'll see what I can do. Remember my next video coming up early next week. I'm going to make the announcement for my 600 subby giveaway. And I want you guys to all come and participate. That way you have a chance to win the journal. I'll be showing you the sneak peek of the journal. I think also I'm going to work on finishing the journal on a couple of videos so you guys can really see what it's going to look like. And I'm so excited. Thank you all. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you hit that red subscribe button. Also, the bell next to it will give you a notification. When you click it, say you want all notifications. That way you can see every video I put out and be notified, okay? All right, bye for now. See you next. I'll see you in a few days for the giveaway video. All right, have a good weekend. Bye, all.